Evening section. This evening section of our training. I want to welcome everybody. There's no need for us to wait. There's no need for us to wait. We can only work with the willing. This evening, we are going to have a training that is centered on building your open business, building a sustainable open business. We know how important our open business is towards building a business that is very, very sustainable, a business that you can will to generations to come, a business that prosperity would look at and say, thank you, Dad, thank you, Mom, for doing this or building this business for us. We know how important open businesses are towards all the incentives. There is no incentive that we currently run in Forever that doesn't have an open business component. There is no incentive at all that you can think about in Forever that doesn't have an open business component. All our incentives, all, I am repeating, all our incentives have this open business component. And that is why we deemed it fit today to teach our people how to build a very, very sustainable open business. To guide us today, to facilitate, to share her story and her experience with us today is one of us. She is a graduate of economics and she has a master's in economics. I mean, when you are dealing with people that all these people that study the economics, when you are dealing with them, the meaning that naira and kobo matters. Your P&L must balance. Your balance sheet must. In fact, there is no. You can't. Trust me, you can't even say you want to sell below anything. No, the money is very, 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 very important to an economist. So having said this, she is also an entrepreneur, and aside that she is one of us, so she is a forever business owner, currently a supervisor on our marketing plan, and I tell you, a good one at that. She has lofty goals, lofty plans ahead of her, because she strongly believes that whatever you that went to there is at the global rally, that just finished the global rally, can achieve, that she can also achieve it. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, let's make welcome one of us, Mrs. Kanu Ijo. I always call you Chioma. No, don't worry, Mrs. Kanu Chioma. Chioma, good evening. Good to see those gap teeth once again, eh?
Daniel,
Can you hear me?
Daniel, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Can you hear
good.
me too?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. You have the floor.
Okay. Good evening, Diamonds. Good evening, everyone. Honestly, it is full of so much joy and gratitude. I'm here this evening to anchor this meeting. It's very unexpected, honestly, but I thank God I'm here now. I want to appreciate God for this opportunity in the first place. I want to appreciate God. And I also want to appreciate our country sales manager for deeming it fit to see me worthy to present this meeting tonight. Honestly, I never expected it. Not even me at all. At least there's better people than me. But for him to say I'll be the one to anchor it, I'm really privileged. And I appreciate that. And I would never forget this experience. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm Mrs. Kanu Chioma, one necker, a forever living business owner and a graduate of economics from the Delta State University, Abraka. I also have an OND in accountancy and an MSc in economics. So I started my journey with Forever like a joke. How did I start? Just like, every other normal woman, I'm married with 4 kids and I'm happily married. And for the purpose of this training, before we start, I would please that I will not use slides. I want to be free and I want to express myself in such a way that everybody will understand me clearly. So please, you can pick up your pen, your writing materials, and jot down your points, because I will not be using slides. Thank you very much. Now, my little story. I'm going to start with my little story. As a young lady, I've been a networker for years. And as a young lady, I didn't really know the value of networking, but I just felt I could be multitasking. So even when I didn't have any job, I had gone into other networks like Jama Life, Tianshi, GNLD, SwissGuard, so many of them, about 5 of them, but they didn't work out for me. So later on, I got a job with Maritime Securities, and because of the stock market crash, I lost that job. It was shortly after then that I joined, I got married and had my children. I had my children back to back. There was no space at all. I had my children back to back. So then 7 years after I had the 3rd child, and I had my 4th child, and the only daughter in my family. So then I needed to do something for myself, because all the while I was a housewife. There was no job. Most of the jobs I got then, they were like, I cannot pay you, your qualification is too much and all that. So I was having my children one after the other. And before I knew it, I had 3 already, and there was nobody to take care of them. So I was just focusing on having, taking care of my children. And when I had the last one, 7 years after the last child, I had my last daughter, and the only daughter. Then I was already into household cleaning liquids. I was producing household cleaning liquids. Even as I am now, I'm still producing them. I have about 13 of them, with 6 of them having NAFDAC approval. So I was doing that, but because I had that baby, I couldn't continue producing, because there are chemicals that are not good for the health. So I had to pack up everything, and I was worried that I won't be making any money for the next 3 or 4 years, or say maximum 3 years, before the baby starts going to school and all that. So I started praying and asking God for another opportunity to make money. When I met my friend, my namesake, Chioma, who God used to bring me into Forever Living Products. So I met her in my children's school, and we got talking, and then she encouraged me to join Forever. So reluctantly, from my experience before now, I was not willing, because I was frustrated out of so many of them. So I wasn't willing, but I just managed to join. I registered and I started buying products. So I was using the products just to be fine and well, because before then I wasn't strong. So I just joined and I was using the products. And before I knew it, like a year down the line, she called me and asked me to come for recognition at the office, that I'll be recognized as an assistant supervisor. And lo and behold, Forever paid me 25,000 naira for that, appreciating me for using their products. I was like, wow. So there's still a network that exists that could pay me the same amount I earned years back. Because when I was in other networks, 25,000 was the highest I earned. And I got to even the level 3 and co. So I single-handedly pushed my mom and some of my, uplines to a very high level. But I noticed that those at the ground level don't make money, but those at the top are making the whole money. So I was like, what kind of business is this? So I opted out and left with annoyance. So for me to join Forever, I've not even started anything, and they are welcoming me with 25,000 naira and appreciating me again, recognizing me in one of their events. I did not joke with it. I didn't joke with that at all. I appreciated it so much, and I was like, God has answered my prayers. So I went for the event and I was recognized, and I saw the alert in my phone and I was happy. That was how my journey with Forever began. So I embraced the opportunity, and I met so many amazing mentors there. Nice people that you can relate with, people that can come down to your level and relate with you so much. People like Auntie Victoria Erukunapo, she's my mentor. And then Auntie Buki Olonye, who is our grand mentor. You know, I also met other people like Ngozi Ibanugo and others that I cannot mention. They've added so much value to my life since I joined Forever. So I joined and you know, my life changed within a twinkle of an eye. I started making my annual salary, monthly salary from Forever. And I was very happy. And before then, I was already very weak. I was very sick. You know, after having your children back to back, my joints were paining me, my bones, my legs, everywhere. I was like, at this age, I'm feeling so sick at this point. But as soon as I joined Forever and started using the supplements, I started seeing how strong I was. I started becoming healthier. I became stronger because before then I become so weak. After a little walk, I become so weak. I'm tired. By this time, I've already passed out. You know, I'm already in bed by this time because I can't do anything again. But it's not like that anymore. Okay, that is the little about my story. Now let's go straight into the topic for today, which is building a sustainable non-manager business with Forever Living Products. Okay, this topic actually focuses more on non-managers. And the non-managers in our business are the assistant supervisors, the supervisors, and the assistant managers. Majorly these three people. So when I joined the network marketing business, and this question was given to me, this particular training was given to me, I asked myself, when is a network marketing business said to be sustainable? That was the question I asked myself. And I realized that for a business like Forever to be sustainable, then the model of the network marketing business will help you to maintain a long-term viability. When I mean viability, I mean survival, a long-term success in the business, considering the environmental factors, the social factors, and the economic factors. We know what we have seen in today's economy, how bad the economy is. So if you are in Forever and you can make ends meet comfortably, you are healthy by using the products, you are making your monthly income, you are making cash profits from the sale of your products, and you are, you know, all round, you are doing well, then you are making a sustainable business. You're already building a sustainable business. So despite the economic, the social, and environmental factors affecting the economy, we still make ends meet and live a healthy and a happy life while doing the Forever business. Then you can say that your business is sustainable. And the only way we can achieve this sustainable business in Forever is by what? Knowing your why. That was the first point I wrote down. That if you must be a Forever business owner, whether you are using the product, or you just decide to be selling or retailing alone, or you want to really be a real full-time business owner, then you must have a why. You must have a very strong reason why you joined the business in the first place. And that why must be very, very strong, such that it will haunt you. That even in your sleep, when you remember that you have a why, your sleep will go off your eyes and you wake up and begin to think about your life. How am I going to meet these targets? How am I going to, you know, meet my why? Now, you ask yourself, are you getting the benefits of the business in the first place? Now that you are a Forever Living business owner, you ask yourself, are you benefiting from the products that you are using? Are you getting results from the products you are using? Are your body, you know, responding positively to the supplements you are taking? You also ask yourself, why are you even using the products in the first place? Why are you in the business in the first place? These are the questions that will answer your why. And then this why must be very big, as I said. such that it can haunt you and scare you so much each time you remember it. If not, then you've not even started at all. Now, with the big why that you have, you also have some sub whys. For example, your big why might be to live a very fulfilled life, to travel around the whole world, to enjoy good health, and so on and so forth. This is a very big why that encompasses all the other small whys that are under it. Now, those big whys, that particular big why cannot be achieved in one day. It will be a very long-term goal. It's going to be a very long-term goal. But the other small whys can come gradually, one after the other. For example, when you have a why, you can say, okay, my first why in this business is to become a supervisor. After you have registered and you have become an assistant supervisor, you have done your 2CC and you automatically become an assistant supervisor. Your next goal or why may be becoming a supervisor. And that is your why, which is the goal, which everybody must have if you must do well in this business in the first place and have a sustainable business. Now, when you decide that, yes, my next why or my next goal is to become a supervisor, you begin to ask yourself, okay, how long will I be a supervisor? For how long? Okay, you decide that maybe in 2 or 3 months, I want to be a supervisor. The next question will be, what plans do you have in place to achieve your why, which is becoming that supervisor that you want to be in 2 or 3 months? Now, the plan is what you really need to put in place to achieve that work. That plan must be executed. Without the plan, you can never achieve your why. Okay, your plan could be to achieve your supervisor level, that you will need to what? Recruit and prospect people. You will talk to people and recruit at least 3 to 4 people who are like-minded, who have the same business-minded mind, the same kind of business mind that you have. People who have the target, who have the dream, who have wish, who are willing to do the same thing you are doing, and they are willing to work towards that. So you work towards recruiting them. And of course, you know that you can't just recruit the first 3 or 4 and get this kind of people. You have to recruit and recruit and recruit and recruit until you get 3 or 4 people that have the same like-mindedness like you. So by the time you achieve these people, this kind of people that you have brought into the business, you now start teaching them how to do at least their 4 CCs. They will start by buying their products on their own first, using the products and enjoying the benefits. And that's the first thing Forever taught us, that we should what? Use the products and share the benefits of the products as you use them. So when you bring in these persons, you begin to teach them how to become, at least how to become 4CC active, which is the bedrock of the business. So in the process, you teach them how to become 4CC active. And to become a supervisor, once you have 3 people who can do 4CC consistently alongside with you, you have done 16CC for that month. And if you have a repeat of that for the second month, then you have hit your target of becoming a supervisor, which is 25CC. And already with your 16CC in 2 places, you have done 32CC, which means you have hit your target and even surpassed it. So I want us to understand what I'm saying now. We talked about having your why, which is becoming a supervisor. And now, what are you going to do? What plans do you have in place to become that supervisor? That is your plan. Those things you have to achieve. So in the process of achieving those things, the main challenge we have here, from my experience, to build a sustainable non-manager business, the main challenge we have as non-managers is that we don't even know our whys in the first place. We don't know the reason why we're in the business. We have not written down our whys. We have not taken our time to sit down and decide and think and say, what is my main reason for joining Forever Living Products International? And after deciding, you put them down in writing and say, okay, this is the reason why I want, these are the reasons why I want to join Forever. This is the reason why I want to join this business in the first place. And it cannot be just one reason. Just like I said, it will be a very big why, then it will have sub whys. Some of us don't have when we have our whys, we don't have any plans put in place to execute, or the plans that we have, our goals. Some of us also, we have our whys, but the whys are not even big enough to push us or hunt us. The whys are so simple that we are relaxed. Nothing is pushing us, nothing is encouraging us to work very hard, because your why must be strong enough. Then aside this, some of us have the big why, and we don't have any plan in place. Some of us have the big why, and we don't have any activities or action plans towards it. Because aside having your why, you need plans. And aside having those plans, you also need activities that will back up those plans. You need activities that will back up the plans. And then you begin to ask yourself, how then do I achieve those goals without working hard? Because even aside being a forever living business owner, nothing comes easy naturally in life. You must work for anything you want to achieve. Nothing is easy to achieve. You must work for it. You must be determined. You must be focused. You must work towards it with all your mind, your strength, your heart. You must know what you want, and you must work towards it. So I listed out some activities that we could start our lives with, which I have been using as my own activity, and it has helped me so far to get to this level that I am. I'm not even there yet at all. I'm still far away from my targets, far away from my dreams. But I thank God, at least I'm somewhere. And I believe that with this little activities I'm going to list out, which has been my own way of achieving the success I've achieved so far, if I'm able to share it, I'm sure if we take them down as our points and work towards it, we'll be able to achieve something reasonable. Our life will never be the same. So for me, I start my day with positive affirmations. I say it loud and clear to myself, and I mean it from my heart. I had to take my time to sit down and look at what I really want. And instead of Googling affirmations from the internet, I wrote out my own affirmations from my own heart. Things I want God to do for me in this business. I sat down and I wrote everything out, and I turned it to a prayer. So every day, as soon as I'm done with my children and they leave for school, I say those affirmations to myself, and that's how my day starts. I say it loud and clear, and I mean it from my heart like a prayer. Then after that, I'll prepare my mind and have a positive mindset, because your mindset matters a lot in the business. Your mindset is you. If your mindset is negative, your result will be negative. If your mindset is positive, your result will be fantastic. So that's how it is. So once I'm done with my positive affirmations, I prepare my mind for the day, and I give myself a very positive mindset. And then I remember all the time that Forever says, use the products and be your own best customer. And that's the beginning of everything in this business. If you cannot use the product, how do you testify? How do you share the benefits of the products you have used if you have not used the product by yourself? You must be your own best customer by using the products in the first place. Then you can now talk about sharing the benefits or the testimonies of the products that you have used with any other person. Then you must, after using the products, you should be able to share the benefits or your testimonies of the products you use with people that you meet, your friends, your customers, your prospects, your relations, your colleagues in the office, anybody you meet, even in the car, in the bus when you are going out. You talk to people every day. Forever says use the products and be your own best customer. It also says share the testimony of the products you have used with people. And for you to be able to share the testimony, you must have a very good knowledge of the products generally. You must study so many different products that we have in Forever, such that you will know how to use you will know the value of those products. You will know that this product does this product does that. After knowing the benefits of the products, after using them and sharing it to them, you can now think of recruiting people to use the same products, bringing in new people into the business to join you. You cannot start thinking of retailing the same products to people who need them. You begin to retail the products to individuals who want to use them like you are using them. And for you to succeed in this business, you must retail products. You must retail the products, make your cash profits, and at the same time, build your CCs. Because the CCs are our currency. They count our value of all that we do in this business. Is we record it or count it by the value, the CC that we use. It's called CC, just like our Naira and Kobo is in the currency we are using. In Forever Living Business, our currency is CC. So everything we calculate is based on how many CCs you are able to make in a month. And you are expected to make at least 4 CC every month for a start. Now, when you have recruited those new members into your team and you have been selling products, afterwards, you will now begin to teach them this same process you went through. You teach them how to use the product. You teach them how to testify to others about the product, share the benefits of the product. You teach them how to also sell the products by retailing them. And you also teach them how to recruit new members. Now, to achieve the sales and the recruitment in the business, which is the main target, you must have a to-do list. A to-do list, number one. The first thing is that on daily basis, you must have a to-do list. You must get a book and call it your to-do list book and write out what you want to do on daily basis. After your affirmations that have been said and you prepare your mind with a positive one, then you ask yourself, on daily basis, you would have asked yourself, you update your social media platforms with the products and their benefits. And then you begin to ask yourself, what am I supposed to do today? Do I want to do a one-on-one? Do I want to go out prospecting generally? What are my aims today? So on daily basis, you should have had a to-do list for tomorrow. You must have a to-do list for tomorrow already written out so that tomorrow you know where to start from. And not that you just wake up one morning and you are confused. You don't even know where to start from. You must have what to do on daily basis. When you wake up in the morning, this is what I want to do today. Tomorrow, this is what it must be written out in that your book. That on the first of this particular day of the month, this is what I want to do. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve this. I want to make calls. I want to update my, I want to update my social media platform. I want to, maybe if you don't have any of the social media platforms before, you can, download it and begin to use it. So that to-do list matters. But by the time you talk to prospects before then, and you have appointments, you go back to your to-do list and write it down and say, on so day, it will be on record that, oh, on so day, I'm supposed to call so clients. He will need so. I'll have to supply so products. And, it depends on what it is exactly. That's the first thing you must have a to-do list. And then the second one is that you must keep a diary or you must have a calendar. That calendar will carry the activities that you want, all the activities for the month and that will run throughout the year. We started this year in January. So since January till now, you must have been going out, meeting people, fixing appointments. Your calendar must be heavy. You will try as much as possible to have a full calendar with so many activities. The activities must not be strong or very heavy activities. They could be just going out to talk to people. They could be doing one-on-one. Okay, I want to visit one of my friends today and talk to her about our products and their benefits. And then you choose one of it or two of your products that you have been using, that you have good testimonies about, and go to the person, sit one-on-one with the person, share the testimonies of the products, share your experience, tell them how it has benefited you. And that's all. From there, the person could say, okay, I will need one of this, I will need one of that. Sales have started. So it mustn't really be a particular activity. It could be different activities. Whatever it is your spirit tells you to do. It could be, okay, going out that day as your spirit leads you to share one or two products as a gift to somebody you know that can afford those products. Because Sometimes you just have to also give in order to receive. If you don't know what to do, maybe there's somebody you have been targeting that if the person buys the product, the person can afford the product, but you don't know how to enter that person. Maybe the person is celebrating his or her birthday. You decide to give him one of the gifts, Forever Living products, as a gift. Most times, that gift will open door for you in the process. And once the person uses the product and likes it, there's no how the person will not ask for it again. So when you have a diary, the diary will be there. Usually, I would advise you get a current 2024 diary. So you go to the dates. If you have an appointment, you write it down and say, on this particular day, I have this appointment. On this particular day, I have this to do. You fill your diary with so many activities from the day one of that month to the end of the day of the month, which means from the first day of the month to the 30th or the 31st day of the month, as the case may be. Now, after this, one of the challenges we also have as non-managers is that we don't avail ourselves for our trainings, Forever Living trainings at all. When you come out for trainings, you see just very few of us there. When you come out for events, the same thing, you feel very few of us. We don't come out for our weekly Wednesday trainings. How do you want to know about the products and their benefits? How do you want to know about Forever itself? How do you want to know about the business plan? How do you want to know about everything that Forever needs to, what you need to know about Forever, such that you can come out and speak confidently about Forever Living Products International? Because when I joined Forever, I kept praying for a time when I'll be able to come out and speak in public confidently without shaking. And I thank God it has started today. That started today. So you build it over time. And I learned that from my going for our Wednesday trainings, I learned a lot, because we have a lot of people, our trainers to come over there and enlighten you and open your eyes to see so many things that you never knew about. And in just one training, you are going to learn so much that if only you sat down to read on your own, you wouldn't have been able to get those information. But in just one training, you'll be surprised what you can get. So if you don't avail yourself for such trainings, what happens? You are losing. If you don't avail yourself for events, Forever Living Products events, like we do we had our success days, we have had so many activities before now. If you're not there to avail yourself for such activities or events, you'll be missing out. You'll be lost in everything we are doing. You'll be lost, totally lost. You'll be like a visitor, a follow, you're just there following people coming to either eat rice, dance, and go. You're not achieving anything. And that's because you don't even have a why in the first place. You don't have any plan set before you. You don't know what you want. You are confused. You are just there coming to eat rice, or you're coming there to smile, or you're coming there to enjoy yourself. And after that, you go. At the end of at the middle of the month, which is 15th, everybody will be getting alert. You're just there, getting no alert. You're not fulfilled. You're just there wasting away your time. So you cannot be a part of Forever and avoid the trainings, and avoid the events, avoid the meetings, and all the other activities that you must undergo. You can't run away from it. It's just a standard. You can't run away from it. There are basic things that you must do. You can't run away from it. If you want to build a sustainable business as a non-manager, these are the basic things you must do. You can't rule it out. Now, after making yourself available for these meetings, you go out prospecting and invite people for events. When you're coming for events, don't come empty-handed. Don't come alone. Come with a lot of people. And I also learned it Forever. Now, if you invite 20 people, you get only 2 people to be there. If you invite, out of 10 people that invite, you'll be expecting 1 or maximum 2 people. So you have to invite as many as, so that you can have like 5 or 6 people there to enjoy the benefit of the meeting. And then after the meeting, you pray that 1 of them or 2 of them will be willing to join the business. I've had so many times you invite people, they will come, they will listen, and they will go. You cannot force them. So you pray about it, and you pray that everything will be so convincing to them that they will be willing to join the business. And if you are lucky and they join the business has started. You start building your team. Gradually, you are building a team and you're all working together. Because this business is a team business. You cannot do it alone. Somebody under you will push you up. You will push the person that is up, up. You keep pushing each other. You have to keep moving. You cannot be selfish and progressing forever. In forever, you must be able to, and we must be willing to help others to be able to grow. If you are selfish, you remain stagnant for life. You must be willing to help others. That's the key from what I've learned. So by making yourself available, you will grow in the business, you build team members, and you see yourself progressing generally. Another, the fourth point here is to embrace technology. We need to embrace technology. We need to use our Android phones, use our laptops. You need to go into digital network marketing, using the social media platforms, different social media platforms to advertise yourself. You make yourself very visible as much as you can on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on live shows, live videos, so many ways. You make yourself very visible. You can create contents on social media. You can be somebody that is known for prayers. You can start your day every day with prayers, and people will begin to recognize the prayers you always, send to them. And for that prayer alone, they will appreciate you. So after the prayers you have sent, you can send them some, create contents with what you have to write, educative contents, inspirational contents, any kind of thing as your spirit directs you. Just make sure that you're always on social media, updating your posts. People are seeing you on social media consistently. Initially, to look as if you're not doing anything, you're wasting your time. But before you know it, you start receiving calls. You start receiving phone calls. People will start asking you to place, people will start placing order to buy one or two products. People will start telling you they're interested, and they admire your courage. They admire what you are doing. You're exposing yourself, and gradually you'll be known for forever. People will know you with Forever Living products. So whenever they need supplements, the first person that comes to your mind is you. And gradually you are growing it. You're also going to influencing marketing, influencer marketing, email marketing, and all that. There are different ways to embrace technology. We also have our FLP 360. We have other packages in Forever that we can help ourselves with. So embracing technology and visibility, very, very important. And then the more visible you are everywhere on social media, anywhere you are, the more exposed and opened you are. The more sales you make, the more friends you make, the more relationship you make, and it will be easy for you to penetrate people. They begin to build their trust in you. They begin to understand you, and they begin to see that you are real. They will trust you, and they'll be able to trust you and depend on you. They can pay into your account knowing that you are serious, that this person will not, cheat on them. Because they see that you on daily basis, you are there working hard. They see you always on social media, you're active, you're communicating with friends, you are just doing your business with all your heart. You cannot just hide it, you cannot just pretend and to be doing something and you're not doing it. People will see when you are doing it, and people will see when you're not doing it. People will know when you're pretending. So aside the visibility, one of the secrets I also learned in this business is that you must make calls. You must make calls. At least on daily basis, you'll be able to make at least 20 calls. Call people, both your customers, new prospects, call them. Update your status, your social media platforms with our products, their benefits, follow up on them, call them, tell them about the products, give your testimonials, make calls. There's no how out of 20 calls every day, one person will say, okay, can I have, even if it's just 1-2 gel, you have sold something for that day. If on daily basis you sell 0.2 on daily basis in a week, that's 0.2 times 7, that's about 1.4. If you do that for 4 weeks, you have met your 460 target already. So we shouldn't also aim at selling only big products. You can sell anything as small as the aloe lips, tooth gel. Sell it on daily basis. Retail it, talk to people about it, do your best, and sell at least one product on daily basis, no matter how small. And you'll be able to do this by making so many calls every day. Some of us just make 2 or 3 calls and relax. 2 calls cannot give you what you want. You should make at least 20 calls and above every day. Then you have started. And you have a book for recording the responses of these calls you are making, so that you take note of your conversation with them, whatever they said, you write it down, so that tomorrow when you want to follow up, you go back to the book, look at what you have written down, and know what to say to the person. And from there, you follow up. And before you know it, you have sold 1 or 2 products. Before you know it, you have recruited 1 person to join your business. Also, aside making calls, you need to follow up on your prospects and your customers. You have to follow up, because it's not just calling them and then you forget about them. If you call them and you don't follow up, some of them will promise you it will take 20 years before they will respond. If you don't follow up, they will not respond. And you cannot give up. Some of them should take just 1 or 2 calls and they will respond. Some of them, 3 months down the line, 6 months, you are still on them. But by the time they come in with full force. And you'll be like, wow. So you cannot do without following up. You must follow up on your customers and your prospects. And you also must do product launches for yourself and your team members as they come. Product launches in the sense that, for example, when you join the business yourself, you must do a product launch to call your friends around you, your relations, people you know that can buy whatever it is, as small as aloe lips, tooth gel, aloe vera gel, anything at all. As long as they can afford any of the products, invite them. Tell them, this is what I'm doing now. This is what I'm doing. Oh, since I joined it, see what I'm expecting. Of course, you are not going to be the one to do the product launch because you are new. Your upline will help you out with that. But gradually you will learn. And with time, you begin to do your own product launch and do for even your team members. So by the time you do your own product launch, your team members come in and they all do their product launches. You will sell products in the process. You also recruit in the process. Also, the one-on-one is very important. You have one-on-one visitations. You book appointments with your clients and prospects and go and visit them. You sit with them one-on-one. You do the demos, show them the practicality of the products and their efficacy. You testify. You also do demos, and they will see with their eyes. And they'll be impressed that indeed we have such products. And before you know it, they will demand for the products and they will begin to buy. Those that want to register will register. And your business continues to grow like that. You also have to do exhibitions. Exhibitions can be in your church. It can be in the school, your children's school. It can be in any place at all. It can be anywhere around. Just look around for places that you can gather 4, 5 people and above and talk to them. It is an exhibition. Then you gather some of the products there, and just show it to them. Do your demo. Come with your upline. If you don't know what to say, you start small. Gradually, you improve on it. You can go to your children's school and tell the head teacher there that you want to come and do an exhibition in one of their activities, maybe their end of the year party, in maybe their send forth, their graduation party, whatever it is, whatever activity they have. Just go there and book events with them. They'll ask you to pay a token, and after that, they will allow you to come. You come with your upline or whoever it is, your mentor, or whoever that can speak for you. If you're not yet good enough, if you cannot, talk to the crowd or the audience, once you talk to your upline or your team members or your mentor, there must be somebody that will be willing to go with you. And gradually, as you keep growing and learning, you also, with time, do these things by yourself. And you become better and better every day. And in church, we meet people. In our schools, our children's school, we meet people. When we go for school runs, we meet people on a daily basis. So we can always do these exhibitions anywhere, anytime, any day. So you look out for places that you can do exhibition and do those exhibitions. And on a daily basis too, you have to add to your contact list at least 2 to 5 people every day. You must meet 2 new people every day. You must have a book that you call your contact list. And every day when you meet them, you exchange phone numbers with them. You make sure it's your WhatsApp phone number, because everybody has WhatsApp. Make sure it's a WhatsApp number that you can communicate with them. They save your number, you save their number, and then you come home and record it in your book. Every day you must make 2 new friends, at least. Even if you can't make 5, make 2 new friends. You can imagine when you make 2 new friends in a day, in 30 days, you have made 60 new friends. Are you telling me that out of those 60, nobody will buy tooth gel? Nobody will buy aloe lip? Nobody will buy aloe vera gel? There's no how. Somebody will buy something from you. No how, no how. So as you make those new friends, you now begin to book appointments with them in your diary. That's how you begin to fill up your diary and your calendar with dates and activities gradually. And before you know it, 24 hours a day will not be enough for you again. So as you're adding to your contact list, you also do personal development, which is very key. Since I joined Forever, I noticed and learned that personal development is key. You cannot be paid more than, I don't know how they put it, you cannot earn more than you are personally developed. I don't know how they put it, but that's what I learned from Forever, that you cannot earn more than your personal development in the business. So personal development is key. And when you mean personal development, you have to read books. Those books will expose you to so many things that you have not learned in life. You have to read books from professional network marketers like Jim Rohn, Robert Kiyosaki, Les Brown, Jen Leach, Eric Waugh. You read a lot of books that will open your mind to the business. You begin to learn the business, the rules of the business, the strategies, the secret of the business. And as you are learning, as you are reading, you are taking notes, taking points down, and you are learning on a daily basis. Just keep learning. And you'll be shocked that within a little while, you have learned so much that you have even gone so far. And these things you are learning, you'll be surprised that they will begin to tell on your income. Because your lifestyle will change. Your character will change. Your attitude will change. Because you cannot be harsh and say you want to talk to people. If you are rude, you cannot go out and market people when you are rude. So you cannot join Forever and you're not personally developed. You will develop yourself to the extent that you'll be able to talk to people with, politely. You'll be able to build relationship with people. People will be able to stay with you and accommodate you. If you were hot-tempered before, you begin to calm down. Even in your family, you begin to see positive changes in your life. You'll be like, am I still the same person like this? I'm a testimony to that, because I used to be very hot-tempered before. But now, Forever is changing me every day. Some things I cannot, before now, I'll be like, I beg, get out. I don't have a choice, because now I have a business that I must protect. So I will just stoop to conquer. I will tolerate all the nonsense because I know where I'm going. So that is the business for you. You will tolerate. You will learn to tolerate a lot of things that you couldn't have tolerated in the first place. So these are the things we are talking about, the personal development. You also listen to audios. You could be in the kitchen preparing your children's breakfast, and you put on your earphone and listen to audios that will, you start your day with those audios that will enlighten your mood and give you all the encouragement you need for the day. A push to start your day. And when you have that push, you'll be so happy, and you'll be working with so much vitality and vigor, because you know what you are doing, and you have somebody pushing you. The courage is there. You just see yourself bringing out the best in yourself. So you cannot do without personal development. Is key. And then you also need to have a mentor. Just like I said, Mrs. Victoria Erukunakwa is my mentor. She's somebody I like everything about. I like everything about her. So you look out for somebody who you want to be like, who you admire everything about the person. There are some things you will see in that person that you want to be like that person. At least for a start now. Even I'm not halfway Auntie Vicky. So if I say she's my mentor now, I'm not making a mistake. But if I get to a level, and I know I will get to a level one day and I will surpass it, then I'll be looking for another mentor that is higher than her. So that's how it is. You keep looking for, but for now that you are still at the grassroots, you look for somebody you look up to that can mentor you, that can put you through, that will continue to evaluate your progress from time to time and correct you. Okay, you're not doing this right, do this right, do this for me. She'll put you on a target, and you have a target to always meet. And each time you remember that you cannot afford to say no to your mentor, you will keep working hard. So that's my own secret as regards mentorship. I have a mentor that I look up to every time, and I admire her courage. So it gives me every courage all the time. When I look back and I say, no, I cannot disappoint her, I keep pushing, I keep pushing, I keep pushing, because I know I have somewhere I'm going to. So you must have somebody who is a mentor, who you look up to. Very important. And then you also have to do your one-on-one. It could be online. It could be a physical one-on-one meeting. It could be a Zoom meeting, just like I'm doing now. I'm doing a Zoom meeting, and we have so many people here together doing the meeting. But you could do a one-on-one Zoom meeting with somebody. If you cannot visit the person at home, you prepare the Zoom meeting link, share the link with the person, and when it's time, the person will join you. You enlighten the person like this. Teach the person what it is. You can do the demo. Even on the Zoom meeting, you can do the demo. The person will see for herself or himself. And from there, if the person is impressed, he could buy products, and from buying products, if the person is impressed, he could also join the business. So it's all about however you want it. There are so many ways you can go about it. I've mentioned a lot already. And then you also can give free samples to people as gifts. I mentioned that before now. If you have friends that because it worked for me. I have one of my bosses in my former office. She always said that Forever Living products are very expensive. And she's a very big woman, very big woman, MD CEO of her own company. But every time I go to her, she'll say, but our products are too expensive, this and that. So I just targeted her birthday, and I took the two gel to her, and I took the two gel, the aloe lips, and the avocado soap to her. And after she used it, she liked it. And since then, she has been buying products from me. But she said it's expensive. But now, because that gift, that gift opened way for me. So sometimes don't be rigid. You can just give out small things as your spirit directs you. Your spirit will definitely direct you before you can give out. You don't just be giving out whatever you have, because it doesn't come easy. So if your spirit directs you to give it out, why not prayerfully give it out and ask God to use it to open that door for you? It has worked for me, so I believe it can also work for you. So aside of sharing samples, you can also ask your customers for referrals. You already have some customers that have been using your products and they are happy with the products. You can tell them, please, can you please refer me to other people that needs this product? Refer me to people who are diabetic, who are hypertensive, who have one issue or the other. Like me, what I always tell them now is, please refer me to people that are sick, that don't have solution to their problem. Because we have some people that are sick, they've gone to hospital, they've been on pure medications, chemical orthodox medications all their life. They don't know anything about supplements. But once you introduce the supplements to them, they begin to see differences in their health. My mom is a testimony to that. My mom before now was diabetic for years, for over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. But since I joined Forever, I started giving her supplements for diabetes. Before now, she used to be on insulin morning and night. But since I joined Forever, I started using her products for her. Now she doesn't use insulin anymore. She doesn't take her insulin injections anymore. She eats right. And her sugar that used to be as high as 250 before has dropped to about 100. It doesn't exceed 100 anymore. And she's living a happy her life. She's looking younger and she's stronger. So we have people like that. I myself, I'm a living testimony to the fact that I used to be shake before, after having children. I used to shake, I was not strong. But since I started using products, I started seeing the benefits. I'm much stronger now. I can climb the stairs now without feeling so much pain, or like before. Like before, I cannot climb so much stairs before now. But now I can climb so much stairs, and even if I pant, it's not like before. I'm still much stronger, I'm healthier now. That makes a difference. So you need your customers, ask for referrals. Even if you meet somebody who cannot buy the products, tell them, please, do you know anybody that you can refer me to? that can use our products, that can afford it and needs the product. I've had issues like that too. Instead of losing the customer because the person cannot buy products from you, the person cannot afford it, the person can link you up with somebody who can afford it and even refer you to many other people. So that's it. You didn't lose out in the first place. And then from time to time too, you need to do a self-evaluation of yourself. You need to do a self-evaluation of yourself. You could do it on a weekly basis. At the end of every week, maybe on Saturday, you sit down and ask yourself, what have I achieved this week? What did I sell? How many people did I bring into the business? How many new business partners do I have? How much was I able to make a cash profit? Ask yourself sincere questions, because the truth is that the truth you tell yourself is the best truth you can ever, is the best thing that can ever happen to you. Tell yourself the truth. Criticize yourself by yourself. Don't wait for anybody to criticize you. Don't wait for anybody to tell you that you're not doing well. By your own self, judge yourself and tell yourself that I'm not doing well. Oh, hey, can you imagine? I'm not doing well. I'm far from what I said I would do. Criticize yourself, evaluate yourself, and adjust your activities of the day again and see where you're having challenges. Adjust it again and say, okay, let me amend this, let me do this, let me do that. You keep trying, and then with time, you begin to see that you're adjusting and you're getting better on daily basis. And then you can have a who do you know list, which is a list of all the people on your phone, a list of all your friends, your relations, people you have known before now. You can decide to go and print them out from your phone and pick them one after the other. You look at each person. Okay, you can say, okay, see, Mr. Ademola. Excuse me. You can say, Mr. Ademola, he's not really buoyant, but he can afford. Excuse me, please. You can say Mr. Ademola is not really buoyant, but he can afford a 2 gel. So in your list, in your contact list, look at those that can afford an aloe vera gel. Look at those that can afford a 2 gel. Look at those that can afford a big propolis. Just like that. You tag each one of them. And then you sit down and begin to call them. Tell them about your business. And encourage them to patronize you. No matter how small. You'll be shocked that Mr. Ademola can afford to buy you that 2 gel. Another person can buy you 2 or 3 aloe vera gels. Another person can buy 1 Clean 9. Just like that. Look at those your friends, their capabilities financially. You begin to assign products to them. You can say, okay, this person can do 0.1 cc. This person can do 0.5 cc. This person can do 2 cc at once. Assign it to them like that. Make calls and follow them up gradually with prayers. Follow them up gradually with prayers. And before you know it, they'll begin to respond. And no matter how small, even if it's 4 cc you are doing every month, you'll be paid by forever. You make your cash profit from the products you have sold, and forever will still pay you for the products that you have been able to buy from them, register people that you have registered and all that. And then, aside this, I also want to encourage us not to always depend on our uplines. God used your upline to bring you into the forever business in the first place. And then you are sitting back and waiting for your upline to do everything for you. Some of us, we wait for the upline to take us to wherever it is they are going to. The day the upline is busy, you are not going to achieve anything that day. Must you follow your upline everywhere? Don't you have your own life? Can't you sit down and strategize on your own and say, okay, let me do this on my own, let me do this on my own, let me do that. Don't keep waiting for your upline. God used your upline to open this door for you. That enough is enough blessing, and you should be grateful for that. So sit down on your own and plan your own life. Plan how you want to go about your business. Your plan could be somebody that does one of these things I said here, one of these strategies that I listed, your to-do list, your keeping a day, a diary, and all that. There are so many strategies to getting this business done. Your upline could be somebody that doesn't like to embrace technology. She could be somebody that doesn't like one-on-one. And you like one-on-one. Are you going to wait for her to like one-on-one before you can like your own? All these things I listed out before now. When you sit down and you look at the ones you can do, you begin to pick the ones you can do and begin to practicalize it. By the time you practice it, you will see which one works for you. Because we are all different. And the way we are different, our faces are different, everything about us differs. That is how our own luck differs too. I could do one-on-one and you favor me. Somebody else could do exhibitions and you favor her. I could do one-on-one and exhibitions and I could be a traditional marketer. I may not like to embrace technology. Some other people may like to embrace technology. So do whatever suits you. Do it as long as it pays you. Do it as long as you are seeing results. Do it as long as you are happy doing what you are doing. Don't follow anybody. We all came differently and we have our different strategies. So do what pleases you and do what you get results from. Above all, consistency is the key in this business. You must be consistent. In all these things that I've mentioned, you must remain consistent in the business. Don't be carried away. You must be focused. You must be consistent. Doing the same thing you are doing over and over and over, over and over and over. A manager will end up coming back to become an assistant supervisor at the supervisor before you now go up again. So consistency is very key. You cannot do without being focused, determined, and consistent. You must unlearn and relearn. You will learn, you will unlearn, and you still relearn. You must be open-minded. You must have good character traits. You must be open to learning. And you must be open to receiving any kind of insult from anybody that comes your way. You may see it as an insult, but it's not an insult. All these things will help you to build your personal development with time. And your character will begin to change and you become a better person. And in conclusion, aside being consistent, you must be prayerful and passionate about what you are doing. The passion drives you. The passion and the love for what you are doing is very important. If you don't like what you are doing, you can never excel in it. So that passion in you must drive you. And then after everything, you hand over everything to God so that God will take, his will be done at last. Thank you very much.
Wow, I am blushing. If your hands are not too busy, let's round of applause. Let's give her a round of applause. I told you can do it, eh? You see? Wow, in fact, my book is, I have written down a lot, a whole lot. Okay, a whole lot here, a whole lot. A whole lot. Thank you so much, Chioma. Thank you so much. I don't even know which. I have a whole lot that I have written down. I don't know our viewers. I don't know what you have written down. I don't know what you have written down. Wow, you started by we must have a very strong why. A very strong why. A why that will haunt you. If your why doesn't haunt you, guys, take it from Chioma. If your why doesn't haunt you, please and please run. Go and get a why that can haunt you. If your why doesn't haunt you, go and get one. We should use and share the products. You need to be 4cc active, irrespective of your level. Aim towards it. Aim towards it. You said 2 to 3 assistant supervisors can help you build to supervisor. I'm using the word build. Can help you build to supervisor. Start by in fact, and I love the Chioma, I love the way you put it. Start by having a personalized affirmation, Because a lot of us go online, we go and download affirmations, right? We go and download affirmations written by other people. I mean, write your affirmation in your local language. That's the way I put it. So that your chi can will understand. That's the way I will put it. So thank you so much for bringing that to life. Thank you so much for bringing that to life. I mean, after affirmations, you need to have a very, very strong growth. I say growth mindset. Work your to-do list. And I love the way you put this, right? Work your to-do list, have what we call a block plan. So you have a broad plan that you can now break down into months and further bring down into days. Also considering the fact that it is flexible. So you ended by saying get a diary. Get a diary. Go out for trainings. Come for trainings. Like here, the max we had was 72 people. Look at so much value today, but the people that are supposed to benefit from it are not here to benefit from it. So come out for training. Go out to invite. I mean, when you are coming for BPs or coming for success days or anything, invite people. Embrace technology. Say always show up and get your customers. Always show up, be visible so that your customers will trust you. I also took that down. Sell at least one product per day. Guys, this is a strategy we are all working on. This is what we are preaching. Try as much as possible to build up customers or build up prospects in your pipeline so that you can sell at least one product a day. Follow up on your customers and prospects. Have one-on-one visitation. Make 2 new friends per day. Personal development is key, and you advised all of us to have a mentor. Referrals are key, even when people cannot afford the product. You can see I took down everything. Even when people cannot afford that's what I'm summarizing, so that those that did not write, even when people cannot afford the product, don't just end there. Ensure that you ask for referral. That is something that some of us don't do. Don't just end there. Ensure you ask for referrals. Ensure you ask for referrals, because this is very, very key. And I love this. Most of us don't do this, including myself. Self-evaluation on your performance. Always find time to do this, to evaluate yourself. Don't wait for anybody to call you to evaluate you. Don't wait for your upline to evaluate you. I mean, you can't lie to yourself. Sincerely, you can't lie to yourself unless you want to just fool yourself, or unless you're just wasting your time. Chioma, I love that so much. Self-evaluation. And I love the way you put what we call volume mapping, right? I love the way we call it volume mapping, but the way you put it, get a customer and take time to know what they can buy, right? What they can buy, so that you can write it down and say, this guy can actually do 1 cc. This guy can do 0.5 cc. This guy can do 0.4 cc. That's what we call volume mapping. But I love the way you actually put it. Guys, Choma just told us, don't over depend on your upline. I love the way you put it, Choma, that if your upline doesn't like one-on-one, and you are a one-on-one person, right? You're a one-on-one person. So if your upline is an introvert and you like to go out, you won't say, because my upline doesn't like to go out. I mean, your upline will not go out. So don't over depend on your upline. Like you put it, I really love that. Consistency is key. You said we should unlearn, learn, and relearn. I love that. Unlearn, learn, and relearn. I mean, I wrote down all these points so that I can also go through them at my own time and use them to also evaluate myself and see how I am doing. So Chioma, I want to thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience with us and today's training. Do we have any question for her? Do we have, let me see whether we have questions on the question and answer. Do we have any question? Okay, let me check the question and answer. Felicitation. Okay, that's fine. So there is no question here. There's no question here. Okay. But we don't have any questions. So Chioma, I want to thank you so much for sharing this with us. I mean, it's your first. I know you won't forget it. It's your first, but I am happy I made you do it. So happy I made you do it. So you can see you can do it. And we are also going to make more persons do it because we're using our service list. We're going to make sure that everybody, the people that wrote their names down, that they are willing to serve, they are willing to give back. We're going to try as much as possible to reach all of us, and so that you can share your own little way, Don't be scared at all. Don't be scared. Like Chioma just did. Chioma did excellently well. I'm going to send this recording to you so that you can watch, you can listen to the way you listen to other people. I want you to also listen to yourself. So thank you so much for sharing your experience with us this evening. Tomorrow by 7 p.m. we're going to have our BP business presentation. Our Sunday online BP is actually meant for guests. It's meant for guests. Tomorrow is meant for guests. So try as much as possible to invite as many guests as possible. As many guests as possible. Once again, as an announcement, we now have products. We have products. Most of the supplements are currently